All right, shalom, 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 shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise and glories to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Hawakahakadash, and double honors to the elder apostles, elder bishops, the great millstone, where there's truth from. Peace and salutations, hopeful elect, where it may be in the forms of the earth. I'm the brother Kwam Gabar, come back with another lesson to edify the body. Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, the house of David. And Lord, to edify video through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim. Hawakahakadash. I say Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, all blessings and glories in Heavenly Father, Abba now Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Hawakahakadash, and once again, double honors to elder apostles, elder bishop of the great millstone, peace and mercy, hopeful elect, wherever it may be in the forms of the earth. I'm the brother Kwam Kabar, coming back with another lesson to edify the body, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, the house of David. And the title of the lesson is "The Writing is on the Wall." Let me grab these precepts from Isaiah 46, 8 through 10. It says, "Remember this and show yourselves men, and bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors." It's talking to the nation of Israel, so-called blacks, Latino, Native Americans, but it's talking to a specific number of Israelites will be saved from the Lord's destruction. Right? It's talking, we're all transgressors, we're all sinners. But the law was statutes and commandments were given to the Israelites pursuant to Psalms 50 and 5, Psalms 147, 19 and 20. Right? It says, remember this and show yourselves men. Bring it to mind. What your mind is, what your loud, your heart. Right? Remember now that Ecclesiastes 12. Remember now that let's get that. Let's get it. Because I don't want to butcher it. And it says, remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh. When thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Because the Lord's getting ready to, Jeremiah. Let me write these precepts down. I started off with Isaiah. Then I went to Ecclesiastes 12 because, you forget, because these minds, these bodies, these chains of dark, these bodies, it's hell, man. We're in hell, man, these bodies. We can't do nothing. We can't, we're under the curses. We're under the thumb of Esau. But the Lord is about to lift the left hand of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, knowing that Satan, the spiritual demon Satan, is Esau, eating the devil. He's gonna come down with great wrath because he knows he has but a short time. He's coming down with great wrath. The writing is on the wall. Right? So let's go to Ecclesiastes. Where Lord willing comes back. It says, remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth. While the evil days come not. The evil days means bad times. We are in evil days. He says redeeming the times because the days are evil. Be circumspect. Right? We're being circumspect. It says, nor the years draw nigh, right? Because the Esau's agenda is 2030, right? They want to, see hip everybody by 2030, but the Lord is speeding the days for the elect's sake. If it wasn't for the elect, no flesh would be saved. See, so Lord willing, we're of the elect. It says, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return from the rain. Right? In the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble. The keepers of the house are the elites, the Chaldeans, the Edomites. The top Edomite nation is Amalek. Those phony those rats in our land. That's why the Lord's going to destroy this place, Babylon the Great, and hellfire, missiles, laser beams on the land that has been poisoned under the inhabitants of Esau, Edom. You see, it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves. Everyone is, Jeremiah, watch, with his hands on his loins. Let's go to Jeremiah really quick. Jeremiah 30 and verse 4. And these are the words that Yahweh Bashem spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. We have to talk, we're speaking to our people first, to tell you to come out of her, my people. That's what the scriptures say in Jeremiah 51 and 6. Right? Come out of her, and so you won't, let's get it, man. Salakia. Let's go to Jeremiah. I know I'm all over the place, but, Lord willing, Abanawi, how about you, Shai? Let's go to Jeremiah 51 and verse 6. And let me just get, it says, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahweh Bashem Shai's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense for what this nigga, since these people have done. And they're not the only one that they're a hand in our downfall. You other heathen nations are going to get it. That's why the Lord said he has a controversy with Zion, with the heathen in Ezekiel, right? 34, which I'm going to grab, Lord willing. Because everything is happening at the same time. The writing's on the wall. This place is over. Everyone is freaking out. Everyone's trying to leave. This, this lady, the brother's channel is Arrows of Indignation. There's really short clips of these people on TikTok complaining about the inhabitants of the elites, the rump of sinners. Everyone's starting to wake up. But Jake, 2/3 is still asleep. Because even though they have their eyes to see and their ears to hear, they can't be healed and converted. That's why they're blind and they can't hear or see. Right? Because the Lord's got that angel upon them. It says, Babylon has been a golden cup. Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh Bashem Shai's hand. This place at one time was pristine. The Lord's hand was on Esau to flourish, to raise up how he did. And it's at its height. So this man thinks he's going to continue, even though he's going to be, he's the one that's going to bring forth the MARK, right? He's going to bring it forth. But he thinks he's going to get out. He's going to get it off the ground, but the Lord's going to disappoint him. Thus saith the scriptures. The Lord's going to disappoint this man. And this is the time that the Lord's about to disappoint this man. Right? It says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. What? The philosophies. That's the image of the beast is the philosophies of Babylon. Babylon is the forerunner, but the ones that the shadow the puppets that you see, like the president, the governors, the mayors, this, that, and the other, they're being ran by the one percenters, the elites, the ones that have all the money, the resources. They're taking away your resources, and so for you to comply, you're gonna get that. You're gonna have to get that MARK. If you don't, you won't be able to survive in this digital technocracy of the world, of the new world order, right? The new world order. You see the NWO. You see? It says that's why you got China came out with about a month ago saying if America hits China with a missile, they got they got a missile that has 61 warheads inside one missile. Right? That's why the Lord's is going to be overkill on this place, man. You see? It says Babylon is fallen and destroyed. It says Babylon has fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her. If so be, she may be healed. If so be, she may be healed. Verse 9, it says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. Come out of her. Cleanse yourself from the philosophies, the drink of Babylon, the wine of Babylon. You still have a moment. You still have minutes, hours, days, weeks. We don't know, but hey, the doors of mercy are getting ready to close, and we see it. So you better repent and turn back from your wicked ways. You have been warned. He says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. Let us go, everyone into his own country. For her judgment reaches unto the heaven and lifted up even to the skies. So this place is over. There's no more mirth. The mirth is gone. The mirth is gone. It's been gone since January 20th, right? 2025 when Donald T. Trump got into office, but he's that Draco. He's draconian laws. But he's not the one that came up with it. He's the one that is executing it. You see? That cruel Lord in Isaiah 19:4. That fierce king. You see? So, hey man, this thing is over. The water, Yahweh Bashemel Shai, Bahashem Harakakadash. So let's go back to Jeremiah 30 and verse 4 again, because I wanted to bring out a statement or a comment in verse. It says, and these are the words that Yahweh Shemeshach spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah, the 12 tribes, the southern and the northern. For thus saith Yahweh Shemeshach, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear and not of peace. Of fear and not of peace. Right? Ask ye now and see whether a man travail with child. That strong man is going to be as a woman. Fickle. Because This place is sucked. It raped the masculinity of the man by doing everything opposite of what the Lord created us to be. And Esau did it on the left-hand side, so everyone is upside down. But the Lord is about to flip. The Lord has flipped anything up, right side up. We see this thing, man. That's why 2 Peter's 3 I'm gonna end it off with that, Lord willing. You know, so we're seeing these things. What kind of man are you ought to be? But holy conversation, right? You're holy. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you act. The inner man, it's everything that the Lord created us to be. Because the Lord told us in Ecclesiastes 12, right? The Lord said, keep the Lord, for this is the whole duty of man, keep his commandments. Fear the Lord, for this is the whole duty of man. We're keeping the Lord's commandments to the best of our ability. It's not us, it's him. You see? It says, ask ye now and see whether a man doeth travail with child. We know that a man cannot have a baby. Come on. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins. Your loins is what? Your testicles. You're bending over like you can't believe that this is happening in your lifetime. This is going to happen in your lifetime. This is your lifetime. This is your reality. This is, everyone's reality. We're out of them. We see it from a bird's eye view, Lord willing. We see it spiritually, but Lord willing, we're going to see it physically. The Lord's about to bring everything physical to the earth. Physical pain, physical death, great tribulation. Everything that the Lord said he's going to do it by fire. Ultimately, by fire. Everything's being ramped up to destroy this place. It says, wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail? Because, it's so beautiful because, my sister, she's getting ready to have her, have another seed. And maybe my brother was talking, he was telling me that, she hit the climax of the baby's getting ready to come out. 2nd Ezra 16, right? 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Right? Everything is getting ready to happen. Everything is happening for the Lord's pleasure. You see? If, it says, and all faces are turned into paleness. You have become as unto women. Everyone, right? The water, Yahweh Shemel Shai, Bahashem, Harakakadash. That, the Lord is exposing everything on everybody. And just side note, just where I'm getting at is that these so-called women, all these women, everybody has a woman has a mind capacity of a 14-year-old. And the prophets and the elder bishops, the elder apostles, they brought this out years ago. Right? The Lord he deals with the prophets, and the prophets bring it out to the people. And what do you think these people, the ones that they're so the truthers, where do you think they got it from? The elder apostles, elder bishops, great millstone, the 100% truth. Everyone's starting to realize that we're the Israelites, we're the righteous, and Esau's the wicked. The writing's on the wall. You see? So everyone, these things are happening because the Lord said so. Thus said Yahweh Shemel Shai. Whether you hear, whether you're for, but hey, Yahweh forbid. Yahweh shall be true, but every man a liar. In Romans 3:3-4. You see? It says, at last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but ye shall be saved out of it. Even though this is for the nation of Israel, because we are the Lord's people, the Lord's children, the Lord's sons and daughters. You deal with your own, you deal with in-house, and then guess what happens? The whole world's going to get Jacob's trouble, but worse, because of what they've done to the Lord's people. They have touched the apple of the Lord's eye, which are the Lord's people. You see? Beautiful. So let's go back to Ecclesiastes. Salakia 12 and verse 3. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow them, they're going to be like unto women. That's the reason why I went to Jeremiah. You know, they're strong men. Everyone thinks they're physically strong, but that's okay. But 80% mental is going to get you. 80% is more than 20% physical. So you're going to have we have the wisdom and knowledge, and we have Isaiah 33:6. We have 2 Timothy 1:7. That sound mind the Lord had given. He never given the spirit of fear, but of a sound mind. We can comprehend. We comprehend in the spirit because it's Him dealing with us. He's the one that chose us. Many are called, but he called us. Salakia, He called us. Lord willing, we're chosen. You see? It says the door shall be shut in the streets. So many businesses, hundreds of companies, thousands of companies have been, since 2025, been shut down. Major thoroughbred companies. You know? And the ones that are still, high in value, you still got a couple great, you got some stores, right? Because they're in the mix. Amazon Fresh, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, all these companies, Gelson's, they're all these tech, everything's going tech. It's a technocracy world we're entering into. Everything is going. There's no more paper. No more paper trail. The dollar's gone. Everything is gone. You're gonna have to get it in biometrics, like the apostles say. Bio means body. Metrics means, putting something in you. Artificial. You see? It says the doors shall be shut in the streets, and when the sound of the grinding is low, no more jobs. Everyone's being furloughed. The government's shut down. They're talking about opening it up. Maybe tomorrow, which is the 14th. It's been 44 days or 45 days shut down. But it's all in the hand of the Lord. This place is not going back to what it once was. What happened in the last 5 years? Has it gone back to normal? In your eyes? No. It's gotten worse. Because the Lord said, this is happening. This is thus saith the Lord. You see? It says, and shall rise up at the voice of the bird. No more alarm clocks. They don't wake up to go to work their jobs. A lot of companies are laying people off because AI is taking over. And you're gonna have to be in this AI, this artificial world, this technocracy world. You're gonna have to take it to function in this society. But it's all programmed. If you mess up, guess what? They take everything from you. Then you don't eat. You still fucked. You triple fucked. You double fucked. If you take it, you go, the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb. You're gonna be burnt up, pursuant to Revelations 14:9-10. You see? So let's go back to Isaiah. Right, Isaiah 46. Right, in verse 8. It says, remember this and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind. Right? Let's go to Romans 15. Salakia. The water Yahweh Shemel Shai by Hashem Harakakadash. For this truth. For allowing us to speak your words and, in spirit and in truth, Lord willing, to the end. Lord willing, I'm doing this today. But the water Yahweh Shemel Shai by Hashem Harakakadash for you. This truth, your truth in earth, in our earthen vessels, man. We can't thank you enough. All we can do is praise you. And the water for Yahweh Shai for being the intercessor for us that's always putting up prayers for the elect. Right? Verse 4 this is Romans 15:4. It says, for whatsoever things are written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and the comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Right? Hope means expectation. The water Habashim for bringing us back to our true selves, our true identity. Pulling us out of darkness into this marvelous light, for not being called Negroes, black, Hispanic, spick, featherhead. The water Habashim Shai that we are Israelites, man. That we, let's go to Romans 11 and verse 7. It says, what then? Israel had not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. According as it is written, Yahweh had given them the spirit of slumber, the eyes that they should not see, and the ears that they should not hear, until this day, November 14th, I believe. 13th. No, 14th. Yeah, 14th. No, 13th. Salakia. November 13th. Tomorrow's the 14th. You woke us out of darkness, man. This is not the water Yahweh Bashemel Rashad, man. So let's go back to Isaiah Isaiah 46 and verse 9 again. It says, For remember the former things of old. For I am Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, and there is and there is none else. I am Yahweh, and there is none like me. I declare the ending. I declare the end from the beginning, and the ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, My counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. This is the Lord's good pleasure to destroy Babylon the Great, to take these the wicked, the unfit rulers out of this unprofitable ruler, this unprofitable ruler out of commission. This is it. You know? You see? Let me close out with 2 Peter's, and Lord willing, it's been edifying. Lord willing, I'll come back and do another lesson referring to this topic. So this is 2 Peter's 3 and verse 9. And it reads, it says, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness. The ones that have been called and went back into the death culture, the death life. And that demon that the Lord took off of them when they were in with the Lord, when they went back into the world, that demon, he brought seven of his friends. So he's got 8. 7 means completion. 8 means glory, but not glory for him. Glory that them demons are fucking with him. You see, the Lord is not mocked. You see, it's not about our time, because we don't have no time. We never created time. We never created any of this. He's the one who created it. And we're here we're the Wadi Habashim Shai for allowing us to believe it and bring it out to you people. We got to tell you whether you're here, whether you're forebear. The Lord is not a respecter of persons. So, we're in the spirit of the Lord. So, hey, if you don't get it, hey, we'll see you on the next side if you're an Israelite. But, hey, you heathen, you better prepare yourself to be our slaves, servants. You were meant to be our servants and handmaids from the foundation of the earth, but the Lord he wrote this in his story for us to go down and to serve all these captivities and to be, destitute, fatherless, widows, having all these curses put upon us. So now we can cry out to the Lord and ask the Lord for forgiveness. We will bear the indignation of the Lord because we sin against the Lord. And we're going to sit our ass down here and wait for the Lord to plead our cause. Right? Mashapat means the judge. You see? But is long suffering towards usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. The all is the elect, because we know all Israel is not going to come to repentance. This is their time for to be destroyed, to be killed, because they killed the prophets, and this is the final time, the last time that they were not able to kill the prophets. We're gonna be overcomers. We're overcomers, man. We got the victory. The Wadi Yahweh Bashem Shai. Right? It says, but The day of the Lord will come but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. That child, the birth pains, that great. Let's get that really quick. Second Ezra 16 and verse 37. It says, behold, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month. Right? This place is overdue. We just went past the 9th month, the 10th month. Now we're in the 11th month. But the Lord's about to bring it here physically. We see it spiritually. And what happens when you're overdue? They give you they shoot you up with an epidural for the baby to come out, or they give you a C-section. You see? But the Lord got this thing sewed up. And it reads, it says, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. And her son is Yahushai, right? Every knee shall bow, right? It says, which pains compass. It says, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Hear, my people. Hear, oh, my people, which means my beloved. Hear my words. Make you ready to the battle. Spiritually, wisdom and knowledge should be stability at times. We're rich in faith. We put our treasures in heaven, where moth and rust do not corrupt. It says, "O my people, hear my word." Who's the word of the Lord? Yahushai. Make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. You see, we already pilgrims. We're already, voyagers. Let's go back to 2 Peter and close out with that. And it reads, verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. That's Yahushai, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Everything in this realm and the other realms, but specifically we're talking about this realm, the earth, everything's made up of elements, right? And it's talking mostly about you people. You're made of an element, atoms, molecules, and everything else that the Lord created for you to function. Right? Because this body, your body, your shell is the largest organism. You see? And that's made with elements. The earth also and the works that are therein should be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening unto the coming day of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved. The heavens is talking about this rulership. and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. That's all we're waiting on, man. That's all we want. That's all we're crying out for. Because we are overly, this is, we know what it is, man. This place is nothing but wickedness, and it's everything under the wickedness is the umbrella. But what's under the umbrella? Everything that you live and see, even by the food, the air, the water, everything's polluted under the inhabitants thereof, because the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. So he's got to dissolve this place. This place has got to be dissolved by fire, and it will. Thus saith Yahweh Shem Shai. Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent, that ye may be found of him in peace, without blot, without spot, and blameless. And account that the long suffering of Yahweh Bashem Shai is salvation, even our beloved brother Paul also, according to the wisdom given unto him, hath written unto you. So, hey, the water Yahweh Bashem Shai for the Yahweh Shai, the apostles, the elders, the disciples, the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the seed, that were Israelites, and they were able to taste of the manna, the water, the word, everything, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That we have this truth in earthen vessels. We're waiting for the Lord to come and set up shop forever. The water Yahweh Shemel Shai for 144. A white man. It's beautiful, man. So with that, Lord's willing has been edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Bahashem Harakakadash. Say Brakathe Yahweh, Brakathe Yahweh Shai, Brakathe Yahweh, Brakathe Yahweh Shai, Brakathe Yahweh, Brakathe Yahweh Shai. All blessings and glory to the Heavenly Father. Abanawa Yahweh Shemel Shai, Bahashem Harakakadash. Shalom, shalom, shalom.